Shane, what do you do every day?
Just a typical work weekday.
Plays with his in his office, yells at people.
Let's see. I get there about 8:30. Get to work about 8:30, and then I work.
You're a morning person, Shane?
No, I hate the morning. Most
do you have an iced coffee on the way?
Yes, I have a Dunkin' Donuts that is 30 seconds away from my apartment. First thing I do is I go get my iced coffee and smoke a cigarette and contemplate my life. And is this really all there is?
You have a macro life moment.
Every morning.
Talk with yourself every morning.
Every morning I go, this again. This is the same thing I did yesterday. It's the same thing I'm going to do tomorrow. I am going to die and no one's even going to notice. Is it any of this real? I hope this is a simulation. But if it is a simulation, shouldn't it be better than this? Anyway. So then, I listen to podcasts on the way to work, fantasy football. But sometimes I'm like, I can't listen to this anymore because, most fantasy football podcasts are boring. And I can't listen to myself. And those are usually the most entertaining.
You don't listen to Trades in 5?
I can't listen to myself. We know this. I have a issue with my voice and my accent that I don't like. And the less I hear it, the better it is for everyone, because then I'll actually keep doing this. So then I listen to podcasts on the way to work. That bores me out of my mind, and I just put on any music. Usually, I'm working through the depression on the way to work. I get a little more excited as the day goes on, and at work, I motivate people. I'm a fucking motivator. I'm a people person.
Does your screen face the door, or hell no?
Screens,
you're looking screens.
One screen is for plebes. So no, I have multiple screens to show my more importance.
Can anybody see the porn on your screen?
Then after work, I head down to the gym and do gym stuff. Not the escalator, because that wouldn't be a gym. That's just a ride.
The stair stepper?
The elliptical?
The elliptical or the treadmill. Usually I'll read a fantasy football article while I'm listening to a fantasy football podcast on one of those. And if it's after a day that we've done a stream, then I'm going to be responding to YouTube. So I don't want to hear, like, Charlie makes no sense to me when he's like, oh, I was on the treadmill. That's why it looks like shit. I'm like, dude, I'm listening to a podcast, reading an article, and responding to questions on YouTube, and my fucking grammar is better than... Oh, I got all fuzzy.
Work is done. What time?
I refuse to leave work any later than 5. Head down to the gym till 5:45, 6 o'clock. And then I drive home and I listen to music. Day's over. I'm excited about what's going to come before me. If it's a Tuesday, I'm excited because I got the live stream coming. It's going to be a great day. And then also every night, I'm probably trying to do roster reviews with Scott. I'm texting Scott usually throughout the day going, Scott, you want to do a roster review tonight? And Scott ignores me mostly. Eventually, I get him to promise me a time that he never keeps. I'll be like, hey, Scott, how about 7:30 tonight? Yeah, that works. And then 7:30, Scott will be like, how about midnight? And I'm like, yeah, sure. That's roughly the same thing. Call and FaceTime my kids. Oh, I eat. Okay. I eat dinner at some point. It's usually a microwave type of meal. It's a microwaved pre-cooked chicken, microwaved pre-cooked fettuccine and chicken, microwaved roast beef tips. Sometimes I'll get fancy and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to get the lemongrass chicken and feel like I'm like fancy. I literally work. That's all I do.
My days are very similar to Shane's, except for it involves a little more time in the gym.
Yeah.
And a little more time